Hey there, welcome to the 28th day of August 2025. My name is Kurt. I'm a retired American living here in Japan, and this is my Retiring in Japan journal. Just finished a morning exercise just around the corner up there where the river. It gets so beautiful up there. It's just the Satoyama. And I get together with all the retired folks and we do our morning exercise. And they're going to build a house here. We should start seeing some construction there soon. Anyway, this is, like I said, my journal, my experience. Yesterday was an interesting day. You know, my business failed on Monday. Yesterday was Wednesday. By Wednesday, Tuesday was great. Wednesday was fine. Today, let's see how it goes. I think I pretty much got, now that my business failed, I have nothing to do. So now I have to figure out what the hell to do with the rest of my life. Now that my business, my idea of repopulating my free time with work has fallen flat on its face. The business failed, and I put out a few job applications just to, try to, kind of clutching at straws or something to do with my life, and that nobody seems to want me. So that's okay. Forced me out the other end. Hold on, there's someone up there. I don't know to think I'm recording. That's my friend's wife. He's my neighbor. He does radio exercise with me. So now that work seems to have proven to be a dead end, work doesn't want me, seem to want me back. Not that it's an entity, but it just is a frame of speech. Well, here's some minutes. I want to put the camera down. Say good morning. Ohayou gozaimasu. Otsukaresama. He's one of the guys that does the morning exercise with me. We have this community garden. And so he comes here and look how the rice is coming in. So nice. It'll almost be ready to harvest. So now I think I've got my morning, even though I said I'm not doing my business. I'm still listing things in my store, hoping for better days in the future. So one item a day. Today I'll be listing toothbrush in the morning. The challenge is the afternoon. And I have some ideas. I might just go to Shimizu Harbor with my dog and sit on the breakwater and think. I have a reason to go to Shimizu Harbor. It's work calling me, work angling in another direction. But more about that coming up. Let's begin the day. Let's go walk the dogs, have breakfast, listen to a toothbrush, and off we go. And boy, look at the scaffolding for the new house. Oh, no umeboshi today. I'm almost out. Here's something new. Yumiko just spotted across the way there. They've made an empty lot there that was a parking lot before. It's like they're going to build an apartment building there to add to the blocks of apartments here. This area is just, so much for Japan. Many areas of Japan are suffering from underpopulation and the Akiya situation. But here, if you leave a piece of land, it's like leaving the keys in your car in a bad neighborhood. Leave a piece of land vacant long enough, someone's going to buy it up and build something. And there's the street that we used to live on. That's the same street from last night's video where I finished with the photo of Emily. Carrying on our walk. I'm feeling good. I feel like I've suddenly got control of this. It's like, what is this? The fourth day since closing my business, and I started the day a little bit uncertain. But I feel like now I just leaning into the idea of this, as decadent as it sounds, just having fun, and just instead of thinking about how do I have fun throughout the day, just how do I have fun right now? Just don't worry, don't stress. It's so the old habit of worrying and stress and thinking about things, and it's, even when there's nothing to worry or stress about, still that process runs in the head. Got to slowly turn it off. Just have a little fun, right, Rudy? A little fun throughout the day. Look at this over my shoulder. The leaves from this tree are starting to fall. And the whir of cicadas has noticeably lessened. Just that one little one and a few way up there in the tree. Autumn must be making its stealthy approach. Look at how quickly the vines have grown up on this fence. Just put this up some time back. These are going to be nice apartments. Boy, the whole atmosphere has a feel to it. That wheelbarrow over there. The company that makes these apartments has a reputation in this area for making really upscale kind of gentrification level offices and apartments. And this house that we've been watching build over the summer is finally fully occupied. I saw the housewife out here sweeping up the entry there the other day. Sure is a beautiful home. Swoop around. Look at that. Very nice. There he is, way up there in the distance. There's my little friend that I say good morning to in the morning. He's far enough away that you can't make him out, but we'll say good morning in just a second. Autumn is here. Kids are back in school. And here all the 4 houses are all gone. Now they're just cleaning up the rubble. A couple rubble collecting trucks. Wow. And there's the one house that remains on the very end there. Time is just changing. Seasons pass. New things come and go. This is the NHK house right here. Let's see if the door's open. Sometimes they have their door open in the morning. Nope, closed today. All right, well, I've completed my listing for the day. I listed a toothbrush set. These right here. They're actually really good quality, recommended by my brother-in-law. And so I listed those as a twofer, and it's everywhere on eBay, but you can't buy it. And it's on Fourth Wall, but you can't buy it, but you can see it. And it's on YouTube, but you can't buy it, you can see it. That's good. Now I'm going to have myself eating my product. I'm going to have a little bowl of ramen. It's almost time for lunch, but I'm going to celebrate with this. And starting to lean into just the idea of just having more fun while I'm retired. You know, what's the big deal? You know, I'm so used to that it all has to be building something, creating something, etc. I know this probably sounds like more just rationalization. I'm trying everything out, every suit in the store to see what can fit, but let's see if this will work. Let's make a little ramen. Or what is it, udon? Is this udon or ramen? Anyway, this is in my store too. What? I've never been an instant noodles kind of guy, but a lot of people are, so I thought I'd this and give this a try. I was learning also this morning. I attended a YouTube session. I was invited by, I've got I don't know what better to call it, a handler over on YouTube. A woman who basically manages what I do on YouTube. And she always inviting me to stuff and sending me stuff, and I always ignore it. I think it's time for me to stop ignoring it. So she sent me an invitation to join a Q&A session with the developers and project managers at YouTube who handle the live function, YouTube Live. And I learned a lot. And so I'm really glad that I did. Oh, hey Siri, set the timer for 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes later, late. All right, well, I'm walking down to have lunch at Dad's house, and very productive morning. It's the second day that I had such a productive routine in the morning, beginning with my 4 a.m. wake up, proceeding to writing my blog post for the morning, doing my Good Life meditation video, doing radio exercise, having a breakfast, walking the dogs, having breakfast with my wife, and then proceeding to work in my room on one inventory style listing for the day, which I completed the toothbrush set listing. It came out really nice. Plus I worked on, I created a new project in ChatGPT and outlined, upgraded. I had a separate project before that I was working on, and the custom GPTs, I had about 6 or 7 of them down there, and they were all kind of a tangled mess due to all the work I'd done on them. And I recreated that in a new project. It's really great. It's easy to do because you just tell ChatGPT, you said, hey, everything that I've taught you here, distill that down into a summary report that I could give to a new GPT to instantiate a clean and beautiful running version. And it did that. It's a way to iterate upgrade ChatGPT projects and instances by letting the GPT think about and summarize its improvements. It's fantastic. So I did all that as well. That brought me to lunchtime. Here we are at lunchtime. It's pretty nice. After lunch, the day is open. I'm thinking, if my wife doesn't need the car, of taking Rudy and going down to Shimizu Harbor, just to sit on the stones and look at the sea. Something that I've long dreamed about. I gotta keep saying it over and over. I gotta push past this, productivity mindset and just let myself enjoy the rest of my life. Strive to be virtuous, strive to do good, to share the values that I've worked hard to establish and live by, and enjoy the days while I have the time. Only got another 5 or 10 good summers left. I may live another 20 years, but I doubt if I've got another 5 or 10 more good ones. Better time I really get busy living well. Well, I'm almost there. Family right over here. Let's have lunch. Good day. Okay, well, lunch is done, and it was really good, but it wasn't a lot of food. Yumiko suggested we stop by the convenience store to get something else. There we go. And that's the bench. So we're gonna have our little snack break here in the car with the air conditioner running, ice cream and stuff. It's a nice break midway. So I'm sitting in there eating the ice cream, and Yumiko and I were like on our phones doing stuff. Let me sit at the bench real quick to answer this. And then I saw there was a comment from, someone who works in an ophthalmology clinic or something like that. I don't know if that's an eye doctor or just what, but asking about the glasses that I was shopping for yesterday, which we did get. I'll show you. And then I believe, and I'm explaining it, I asked Yumiko, I believe that I'm going to be wearing them after the surgery, not to block out sunlight, but to prevent infection. So that's what it's for. So I don't remember doing that when I had my cataract on my other eye. So maybe it's just a Japanese thing. Mama, can I see the glasses real quick?
Or in the blue bag.
Yumiko was downtown with her dad earlier.
No, not downtown.
Oh, not downtown. And she got these. So this is what we're gonna settle on. And I'll be wearing these for a few days afterwards. So that I look like a Devo. And it should protect me from the nurse had asked us, or the person working at the doctor's clinic had asked us if we... It was a nurse, had asked us about pets. So maybe to keep out pet dander from the eyes or something. But that's what that is for, and thank you. If you see this again, I'll respond to your comment, but if you see this, thank you very much for your question. It's nice to have an eye professional looking over my shoulder. All right, so this is what pushing the envelope looks like. I'm just gonna take the car and go down to, Yumiko doesn't need the car for the rest of the day. So I've got my dog, and we're just gonna go down to the harbor. Oh, I should have brought my book. Yeah, I'll go upstairs and get my book and just go have a day on an afternoon. I'll be back in a second, Rudy. Okay, now the place that I'm going is someplace that I expect I'm gonna go a lot. I think it's gonna be factor as a place in my life, a destination. This is really the second time I've been there since I came back. The first time was with Rudy, some time back, but not as a, I just kind of did it as an aside. Let's go give it a try in earnest. I can actually park the car there by the river, by the ocean, and I think I can find some shade. I got a book, I got some coffee, we got a dog. Let's go. Wolf. Something that I'm learning, it's like add a little experience of being retired. Well, money is really important. It's very important to have enough money to safely retire. But what's harder even than money is the will and fortitude to see yourself through. Because without that, it won't matter how much money in the world you have, your scope of potential will be limited by whatever country, so to speak, we've lived in. I don't mean country by an actual state. I'm trying to think of how do you describe it. It's like a scope of potential, which feels like our country, our personal country, the places that we're comfortable to go, the people that we're comfortable having an interaction with, the things that we're comfortable saying, wearing, eating, doing, risking. That stuff, pressing the envelope of those things, is much harder than getting well, I should say, it's a harder challenge to face that down than it is to prepare to have enough money to retire. Plenty of people can get enough money. I know plenty that can't. Plenty of people can get enough money, but then not have the means, so to speak, to live. Coffee. The means to live, because money means money, but it's a different type of means. The capacity means. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? An important element in this new paradigm of just enjoying life is just that. Enjoy life. All right, I've arrived at the place. Rather frightening getting through that little intersection there. I learned how to do it. I always do that. I always hit the button too early when I'm nervous. Let me turn the camera on and we'll go down. found a place to stop the car in the shade. No less. Did you see the fishermen's things back there? Those are the guys. And to see these boats, if you heard me talk about I have this dream of becoming a fisherman, these are the fishermen I want to get hooked up with. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 or 5 boats there in this little harbor, and I have a special affinity for this harbor, which I'll explain it to you a little bit later. But I think I'm just gonna park the car here, and I'm gonna sit my butt right there. Call this my new home in Japan. What do you think, Rudy? What do you think? Good idea? Let's do it. So here I am, all set up with a place to sit with my dog. He's got his water. Just looking out at the harbor here. It's got that tangy sense of the tangy. It's a robust sense of the sea right here. There's a fellow over there doing something interesting. Have a look. All right, do you see over there? There's a little boat right there by the water. And then just up there, there's a man that's parked his van. There he is. He's walking down. He just closed the door. He's got his stuff, and he's walking down, and he's going to go putt-putt out there, and I guess he's got his fishing stuff in there. Let's watch him go. And there it is. So I've been here maybe 5 minutes, and already that old sense, the very, very familiar sense that this isn't enough, that sitting by the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away in its very self, even though it's sung about in rhyme, somehow it's not enough. It must be an old habit. And I feel like there's nowhere for me to go now but forward to break that habit. I have to push through it. Otherwise, I'll have to just retreat and surrender and go back to my room and fall into some friggin' routine to the end of my days. This is the front line. This is the moment where I decide, and I know what I decide. I decide to push forward in this direction, not the other way. Well, I can have that in the morning, but in the afternoons, this is my time. Oh, there he goes. He looks like maybe he's gonna push off. Well, how about that? That's some courage, huh? Just to come down here with his little van and his boat. Not gonna sit at home and listen to NHK. Not gonna sit and read the newspaper, the prescribed, news. He's gonna come out here and make his own damn news. Put his boat in. He's gonna just come and drop in his line. He's putting his boat in. Off he goes. That's a profile in courage. You, sir. Ano hito. I want to be like you. What do you think, Ollie? Hey, Rudy? We can be like that, right? You and me? Together? Can we be strong and courageous? Yeah. I think we can. Just checking in. Things are just progressing nicely. I'm actually having a very thoughtful time. And he sat on my lap for a while. We did, and that fisherman over there looks like he's getting ready to leave. I'm hoping to say hi to him. Oh, and I've switched places. I was over there, but then I realized that was awfully close to that little road. There's not really any cars that come, but when they do come, Rudy might jump out at the car and, he could be hit. So I came over here. This is where the gentleman has his van that we saw earlier. To just hang out here. Walk on down to the water. I think I could get used to this as a way to make good use of time. All right, Rudy and I are going to go for a little walk. There's a public restroom right over here that I'm going to go visit and take him, and he can use his public restroom too. The harbor's right behind me, and then this is Route 1. No, this isn't Route 1. This is like a harbor adjunct. And you can cross here. It's one of the only places to cross. One of the houses that we almost bought is right up here. Here we are over in the Shimizu harbor side. I really like this community. This would have been my neighborhood if we'd bought that house, and I would have enjoyed that a whole lot. I'm glad we didn't for more practical reasons, but still, this is the kind of place. This would have been like living in a softypapa version 1.0 movie if we lived over here. Imagine that. Imagine that. Softypapa, the movie. Is there a house back there in those weeds? I think there might be. There is. Come here, Rudy. Come on. Come on. And of course, as is always the case in Japan, I took a little video of that house, and the scooter that was coming along lived next door. He gave me a look. Deservedly so. I know better. I know that you should always, as a rule of thumb, whenever you lift your camera, assume that someone is watching, and don't do it in an indiscreet way. I know better. Bad me. I'm very, very good. I'm very, very well practiced at not trespassing. Not in fact, but in principle too. In people's privacy and the sense of privacy, even looking in the direction of their house in some ways, right? But I need to really verify. I need to drill that sense in, especially if I'm going to be wandering around places like this, because Japan is watching, and the foreigner needs to be on their guard, especially lately. It's not like it was back in the old days. Back then, you could get a little latitude. Now there's no latitude, little to no latitude. Deservedly so. We probably brought that on ourselves. People complain sometimes that they see too much of my face in my videos, but I'm afraid that that's just the way it's got to be, because showing you my face is the only thing that I can do with pure and absolute discretion. So I just engaged in a long correspondence with a friend that I made since coming to Japan. Who's facing some challenging times, and it's really interesting that I could do that anytime, right? I mean, it used to be that people in my life would be having a tough time, and you'd kind of have to put it on the back burner because you had your own life to take care of. Now I can just respond in the moment anytime. Like I could just sit down and respond, and I sent a nice message, said, you ring me anytime, literally, and that's a nice thing. That's a nice thing. This little outing is turning out to be really good. Rudy, let's do our stuff. He already did his stuff. Normally the bathrooms, facilities in Japan are always in good shape. This thing is run down. Have a look. Yikes. The glass is clean, but there could be some big spiders in here. I mean, it's not disgusting, it's just, run down. Okay, that's a little disgusting. Playground, no kids. If I was to take up fishing, I think I would outfit myself. I'd align myself with this Suri store, the fishing store right behind me. The guy's stocking up the cigarettes. I gotta look in there, and there's an old man sitting at the counter all alone, and he's got the ice cream boxes in there, ice cream, ice cold places, and then all the bait and the tackle and stuff. I'd go in there and I'd say, hey, ore no name wa Kato desu. Suri shitai. Nani o kai nakareba narimasen? Hook me up, dear sir, with the accoutrements I will need to fish, and I know that I will not need a fishing license of any sort, because such things aren't needed if you fish in the sea. I mean, there's regulations. You can't take crustaceans and stuff like that without, there's certain limits to that. But I think otherwise you can fish at leisure. Rudy, let's go this way. Come on, let's go. This is a quiet street. Wow. Those two men back there gave me a suspicious konnichiwa. Japan has changed. Camera shop, Fuji film colors and stuff. You can almost see the Fuji color old faded sign right there. There's two people in there. I don't want to take any chance that they see me even pointing the camera in their direction. But old man and old woman, probably in their 70s, sitting there. You could hear the air conditioner humming. The whole place had that same faded look. I mean, who uses film? I mean, probably the same people that still use fax machines here. Anyway, those places exist, and I think they exist. It's like a life support system. It sustains these people the same trouble I'm having finding purpose in life. And I'll revert back to whatever tried and true I knew. That's what that is, I think. Right next to the film place, right over there, there's this. It's for lease. Okay, again, keep looking over my shoulder, right? So it looks like I'm talking to myself. So sorry, gotta live with this. But it's a cool looking place. It's that. Maybe there's an apartment upstairs, and you could have a business downstairs. I'll bet the terms are great. I bet you could get that place for, $150 a month. Niman in. Look at that rundown place right there. Jeez. all these rundown places. But if I point the camera at me, it kind of looks like I'm being clandestine, right? I'm just talking to myself. I could be talking to a business partner, talking to you. This is how it's got to be done, friends. You got to live with my face if you're gonna do this with me in this type of setting. There's just too many eyes watching. See, there's one right there. That guy's watching me. Look at this whole apartment here. What's this? Bicycle path? I don't know that I've ever seen a dedicated bicycle path in this part of Japan. Huh. Let's follow it a little bit. No bicycles. Oh, did you know about the path of wildness? It's easy to find. It's the course of a stream, leaves blown in the wind, a beast's track through the brush, and the direction of her first inclination. Yikes, look at this. It's the skin of a praying mantis. Molted and left its skin there. And you know what? Look at that. The strap, this thing wrapped around it. Yikes. Beasts track through the brush. In the direction of our first inclination. Yeah, I said that. Yeah. There's something over there. I'll turn the camera and point at you. The farmers, when they're going through their ground, they take these rocks out and pile the rocks over the side. And in generations, they become like a mound. And of course, just as I turned the camera, someone walked around the corner. Just turned the camera over there and a woman came walking around. Now she's passed. Let me try again. Okay, I'm along the bike path here, and here's another one of those mounds along the edge of the farmland. And if you look closely at the rocks, you can always find interesting things. Like, look at this. This is a piece of an old, tea ceremony bowl, I believe. That's interesting. There's something else over here that's got some marks on it, like a terracotta type of thing. They're just everywhere. Old roof tiles all over the place. This right here, that's an old roof tile. Right there, piece of one. They're just everywhere. It makes me, oh, look at that. There's one over there with some glaze on it. With a roof tile, I'm sure. Gosh, we've got to wonder, how old are these things? We're real close to the old Tokaido Highway. Real close. Oh, there's the one right there. There's the one. Come here, Rudy. Wanna go that way? Okay. Rudy's got a mind of his own. And I let him lead the way. Because the path of wildness, it's a beast. As I was saying, it's a beast's track through the woods. Or bike path. I wonder who used to sit there, but no longer does. That's a hoikuen or a daycare. Well, that's a narrow little passageway. Too narrow for me. Well, hold on. That's a little too narrow for me. Anyway, that hoikuen or daycare, I heard a kid saying, I don't want to go home. And the mother was like, with a plaintive voice, oh, we gotta go home. I don't want to go home. And I came around the corner, and there was the mother standing there trying to plead with her child to go home. And the mother had this look of, and I was like, yeah, the battle. Come on, Rudy, let's go this way. battle is real. The battle is true. The fight is it's a good fight. It's a good battle. It's a good thing to live. It's important. That house back there we just passed, that's not for rent, that one's for sale. Huh, this is not far from the house that I was really close to buying. I wonder if we can walk past it as we head back towards the harbor. You know, I was just thinking, maybe what I need to do is to rebrand again from Walking in Japan to distinguish the softypapa 2 years, because I'm always going to be doing it with this guy. He's always with me. The walking the dog in Japan. How about that? Walking the dog in Japan. Come on, Rudy. The house that we almost bought is right up here. Let's go. I'm going to carry him because this is a little bit of a busy street here. Right up here. Yep, there it is. There's the house we almost bought. Let's go take a look. This is Route 1. There's a beat up pile of crap. And the house we almost bought is right up here. This is the old Tokaido Highway, in fact. The most famous road in Japan. We were going to buy a house right on the old Tokaido. Right, Rudy? Right, Papa? And there it is. Let's see if the sign is still out, and the train tracks are right over there. It would have been a very different life and circumstance than the one we have now. Here's the house. This machiya. It's still for sale. Wow. It's this one right here. We almost bought it. One of my YouTube viewers actually wrote to me and told me that he had bought it. But I don't think maybe the sale didn't go through because it's still clearly for sale. We actually came and did a tour of it, and I think twice, and had an architect come and look at it. And that's when we decided not to get it, because the inspection presented to us that the whole place is tilted 5 degrees that way. So it's kind of a hazard. But I guess it wouldn't fall that far. It would just fall into the house. But still, you don't want to live in a house like that. And look at that place. Yikes. This one looks like it's a little maintained. Hey, house that could have been. House that might have been. It's very long. It goes all the way back to Route 1 back there. Oh, there's a door. Of course there's a door open. Because it's always the case. When you turn the camera on and you point it at any place in Japan, someone's going to be in the shot. And you're going to make someone feel uncomfortable, as I just did. I should follow my own advice. I should know better than to violate my things. This house here is for sale too, over here. Let's wait here. I'll show you. Look at this place. Yikes. That's a hell of a Akia right there. Yikes. This one's for sale. Really, or it was for sale. Really, really cheap. Like, you could buy this place for like $6,000. I think you could almost peek in the window. It might still be for sale. But yeah, that's kind of suspicious. Or as the young people say, sus. It's a big lot. It's got a lot of land. It's right next to the railroad tracks. But let's make our way back to the harbor, Rudy. I think it's time for us to head home. End this first edition of Walking the Dog in Japan. Look at this one. Oh, bless you, baby. Look at this narrow one. Let's go down there. Rain, just a little bit. Oh, it feels good. Or maybe somebody's spitting. Yeah, it's definitely somebody spitting. Ugh. 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 It's really coming down now. I mean, all things relative. Rudy, I better pick you up. Yeah, you're gonna need a drink of water too. We're both getting a little dehydrated, both of us. Oh, there comes a forklift. Slowly coming down the road. Okay, we made it across the street, didn't get run over, made all those trucks stop just for little old us to get across. There's the harbor again. Before we leave, Rudy and I will walk past the fishing boats, of which I kind of have this errant dream of becoming a fisherman, maybe a member of the crew of one of these boats. A boy can dream, an old man can dream. You know what they say about the path of wildness, huh? It looks like a rough life, huh? A rough life can be a good life in some ways. Some ways. There's an old fisherman right over there. I don't want to make him feel comfortable with the camera. I'll turn it off for a sec. Okay, with my errant dream of becoming a fisherman, this is exactly where I plan to do it. I won't become a fisherman. I won't. That's just not me. But you can see this guy's got his van all set. This is exactly what I thought would be fun. So he's got his van rig all set up, and he's right over there. He cross over these little steps. He's over there dropping his line, catching his fish. Let's go see. I mean, we won't trouble him in any way. Rudy, come on. Want to be carried some more? Yeah, I know it. If you will, please. You want to go back? Tell me that's enough. Papa, let's go home. Okay, let's go home. Rudy, carry you some more. Rudy is a very nervous and anxious little dog. That's why he's with me all the time. He's very anxious if he's not. So I kind of follow his cues. He keeps me safe, maybe. Maybe that's the key to being safe in softypapa 2.0, is walking the dog in Japan rather than just the walking in Japan, right, Rudy? Rudy, come on. Rudy. There we go. Come on now. Come on. There we go. Good boy. Good boy, Rudy. There's my big boy. Yay. Good job. Oh, hey, that guy we saw head out. He's just coming back just now. Let's watch him as he comes in. We're headed back too. Serendipitous timing. See, you just caught me getting caught, huh? You saw me, huh? Yeah. At least I'm so far away. It's hard to make out for sure. For a moment, I thought it was a woman. Okay, we're back in the car, and we're gonna head on home. Get ready for the evening. This was a great use of time today. Very pleased with how the day unfolded. Best day yet. Is that a woman? Let me get a good look. Hold on. No, it's a dude. Got an old car. And there's a homeless guy living right there. You see the legs there? He's lived there a long time. He lives in that's an engine shack, that orange little shack there. And this is an abandoned race truck, pulling truck. But anyway, that guy lives there, and it's where the machinery would be to pull the boats out of the water. It's abandoned. He's made it his home. He's been there forever, and whenever I come by here, he's always just sitting there reading a book. Young guy. I mean, probably not young, 40, clean shaven, muscular build. So he's like, F you world, I'm gonna sit here in the harbor and read my book all day. That's what he does. He's always there. I mean, the one or two times I've been here. Now I think it has been twice. Once driven, another time I walked, and I saw him both times. Sometimes you got to take circumstances into your own hands. That light's never gonna change. This particular light. So I got to go push the button. That'll get it to change, Rudy. As See if we can get on here. Otherwise, because you can't make a turn on a red. You gotta wait for it to turn green. So pressing the pedestrian thing will do the job. I could have gone out that way, I guess. Yeah, I could go that way. It'll turn. And maybe I didn't push the button hard enough. It didn't turn. If I go down here, there's another way out that doesn't involve a signal. Wow, it's really good to be back. Rudy popped right into his little bed there. He got a drink of water and he popped into his bed. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee now and start editing the video for today. Very successful day, I think. I think I've found how to reinvent myself. It's not walking in Japan, it's walking the dog in Japan. Let's get some editing done. Right, Rudy? That's right, Papa. Cheers to my friend John, who might be coming. Stop by and visit next time he's in the Shizuoka area. Looking forward to it, John. John's a big coffee fan, that's why. Okay, let's edit. But first, check that out. Temperature is about 32 degrees and 62% humidity. Not bad at all. Winding the day down now here at Yoko's house for our evening dog walk. Today was an exceptional day. I think I found the guy I need to be, the guy I'm going to become. I think don't walking the dog in Japan, as goofy as that is. I think that is the handle under which, the guise under which, the motive under which I need to proceed. It's not softypapa necessarily. It's not walking in Japan, abandoned Japan, Lyle's brother, Real Japan Monsters, none of that stuff. It's just me and my dog and wandering around and here in Japan and, carrying on. Let's see if retiring in Japan has found its new direction. Yeah, it's not retiring in Japan, it's me. Let's see if I found my new direction. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Maybe see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.